having it again. You know, I fell off the attempt to do these every week. So I haven't done rallies, I think. If I did, or this is checkers. Sorry, they're the same thing. It's like fucking Hardee's and Carl's Jr. But I might have when I was just posting these to Facebook, but I haven't done one recently. I went for a 2 for $3 deal with a fry burger and a crispy fish sandwich. It is Lent, and I didn't get fries otherwise. Instead, I got mozzarella sticks. Always an interesting choice. Let's get started. I have not had great experiences with Checkers, if we're being honest. I saw some fast food tier system that put it in like one of the top tiers, and I think that's wrong, but I did not get the cheese sauce on anything, which is the worst thing I've had. Let's start with the fry burger. Fries on a burger, looks like we got some cheese, pickles, ketchup, and mayo. Pretty basic, standard mini burger. Looks like it's got some nice sort of Maillard reaction going on. This is actually pretty good. It's not too dissimilar from the rattlesnake burrito I had last time from Taco Bell. It's a lot less spicy, of course, but the fries add a similar sort of chewy, crunchy texture. The beef sort of fades into the background, and the cheese is like cheese, ketchup, mayo mess is pretty decent. I don't know. Yeah. I wish I could be more consistent about sort of pursuing these, but thought about a pickle. Always a nice tang. I'm a fan of pickles, but again, they need to be done right, so they add to the burger. But yeah, no, I was thinking like, I have like a problem with like following through with things that like start to not take off, because obviously this isn't taking off, like will never take off, but a lot of my friends are like, hey, I really like your reviews, or people in general like, yeah, show my friends your reviews, and like, I don't know, it's not as pronounced with these as compared to like academic or political stuff for me, but once something starts going well, I like almost start to like sabotage, or like really not want to do it. Pretty good. Just because it's like, I don't know, it's like being afraid of both like success and failure, because like, I mean, failure, it's like rejection, that's hard for everyone, but like then success entails more and more responsibilities until you are like bound to fail at some point. But I don't know if that's the part, and more just like a stress of like change and like knowing that succeeding at something would be a change. All right, from Lent, we got this fish sandwich. Wow. So it's lettuce, whitefish, and tartar. This is completely flavorless. I just didn't, it felt like I was biting through air. Like there's no flavor to this tartar sauce. That's impressive, damn. But yeah, I don't know, I was thinking, because it's like the same thing with academics, like if I'm interested in I just started thinking about this the other day. I saw like a professor, like some of our professors like work, and I was like, oh, that's pretty cool, when he email you? And he was like, yeah, totally. And he liked sort of the way I was looking at it, but now I'm like stressed about emailing him, because it's like, I don't know, it's like the idea of anything which realistically could sort of like further, I don't know, not academic career, but like just put me back into academics, like just either feels like pretentious to me, or like I'm making an obvious point, or just flat out wrong, or everyone's gonna dislike me for it. I don't know. And it's happened repeatedly when I've like started to try and get individual contact with professors whose stuff I'm interested in. I just feel like an asshole. Like I haven't emailed one of my professors, a few of my professors I really liked last year, despite the fact that I don't know, like I really do, like I had a lot of similar interests and things, like my, I don't know, thoughts. Yeah, it's easy to feel stupid, you know? Alright, so now we got the mozzarella sticks, got some marinara. Try a bite without marinara first. Very thin. Actually, excellent crust, damn. The fish had a really good breading too, like very crispy. These are actually pretty good. Again, kind of flavorless. Marinara sauce is good. Um, yeah, my main gripe with these is again same as the fish. There's very very little flavor to the thing itself. Um, yeah. Oh, the art thing I saw yesterday was a lot about urgency, though. And there was one clip about it was like interspersing like going to Planet Fitness with like cleaning your room, and like your room just repeatedly getting messier and messier each time you try to clean it, or each time you clean it. And you're like, are you? And he was like, there was a voiceover asking himself, like, am I just creating my own problems to solve them, and then go to the gym to feel some form of accomplishment? And I felt that. I've been slacking off on Planet Fitness recently, but I keep searching for like flavor because it looks good. I like fish sandwiches a lot. I love the fillet of fish, but there's nothing here. But yeah, it got me thinking about urgency, and again, because I have been thinking about it with regard to the Benjamin, but like because what Chiachi does is like this sort of like it's almost like, for lack of a better word, like professional YouTube poop or just like internet art. And he's like obviously left wing. He talked about that some, but it's interesting given how much of the like YouTube poop and like shit posting community is like far right, and also what's sometimes called maybe wrongly, it's like predecessors of like Dadaism and in general like weird whatever like over abstract is often fascist, or like even some of the like modern art and abstract art made during the like 60s and 70s was like funded by the CIA and is like far like is just linked to like right-wing mentality, while on the other hand you also have like far left branches of like this sort of like crazy weird hard to understand or digest art, like solidly revolutionary, such as Benjamin's analysis of surrealism or stuff like the stuff I saw last time. And it's got me thinking about why urgency. Alright, I actually really like these, by the way. These are the best fast food mozzarella sticks I've had. Like, what makes urgency revolutionary versus reactionary? And I think it's mirrored also with like what makes populism revolutionary, reactionary, and something to do with like conspiratorial versus structural thinking, where if you're just pointing out discrete dots and kind of making art that stems from that, which is completely unconnected, then you start to fall into the right, while like broader structural analysis inevitably leads you to the communist answer. Getting cold and getting burnt, by the way. For a burger to stand up when it gets cold, you need good quality meat, and Checkers doesn't have that. Wendy's is the only one that really holds up in that respect, I think. I'll finish in a sec, sorry. Just on a train of thought because I've been thinking about this, but yeah, like, so it's that conspiracy-minded set, and then also like how you're viewing the end of history. For the communists, like, the end of history needs to be brought about soon because the end of history is the end of class struggle, which is the end of communist communist horizon. Well, for fascism, you're always at the end of history, and because you have almost lost and you are fighting the last battle. You need to go back to a time in the past. And so it's this urgency, but it's the urgency of something that needs to be hauled back and reined back in like immediately or yesterday, rather than the urgency of things need to be progressed and like the end needs to be brought about. But I could be wrong, and I'm trying to square those two away. And like I'd like to, I don't know, I want to get back into academics sometimes. But yeah, so Checkers, flavorless fish sandwich, like shockingly so, like it's impressive. The bread's good is the best thing I can say about that. It's not offensive. Oh, and the breading's good. The bread, the bun and breading, solid. Fry burger, pretty solid, mediocre meat quality. Doesn't stand up to when it gets cold. Similar to the Taco Bell rattlesnake burrito in spirit, but I think I prefer the rattlesnake. Mozzarella sticks, solid buy. I prefer them to Arby's and Sonic's. Again, a little, it's $2.50 for 4, which I'm not sure how I feel about that, but overall, I was actually really pleasantly surprised by this. I went into this thinking I would hate this meal, and I didn't. I wouldn't necessarily call it great, but if you're going to Checkers, go for the $2 to $3 stuff, $2 for $3 stuff. Avoid cheese dipping sauce at all costs. And yeah, treat urgency right. Remember, things need to go forward, not be reined in. And don't blame specific people and like discrete ways for our problems. You need to like see how they fit in structurally, and of course, specific people make massive fuck ups too. Anyway, see you later. It's springtime. It's like 60 degrees out, and I want to go to the lake soon.